Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Blue Golf Ball today with another Pokemon TCG online video, and you guys asked for a Mega Gardevoir deck, and you guys got it. So we will be building a deck around Mega Gardevoir EX, 210 HP, Fairy Pokemon, Mega Evolution rule. If you evolve, you will end your turn. But of course, you guys know there's Spirit Link out there that would help us out. That we don't need to lose a turn. Anyways, Brilliant Arrow is a pretty slick attack. For 3 energy, right? 1 fairy and 2 colorless. We can do 30 damage times the amount of fairy energy attached to all your Pokemon. So that means if you got 10 energy out there on your side of the field, you can do 300 damage, which is pretty insane. We do have darkness resistance, but we got metal weakness, and that would be a problem, but we'll figure ways around it. But now we do have the Gardevoir EX here. Life Leap. Not too bad, I guess. Shining Wind, pretty costly to do 100 damage, but we don't have weakness in the next turn, so never know when that could be useful. We got Aromatisse here with Fairy Transfer. We all know what this does. Move Fairy Energy as much as we like, and bada bing, bada boom. So, got the Xerneas, Geomancy, very important. Got 3 of these in the deck. That way we can just get more fairy energies out into play. So once again, there's a little bit of a theme here. We're going to be doing a 3-2 line of the Gardevoir, 3-2 line of the Aromatisse. And then finally, we got 1 Mewtwo EX. Why not? Because X-Ball is a beast of an attack if you can pull it off with a ton of fairy energy onto Mewtwo. And it's also another different type weakness, which we can take advantage of. Otherwise, as for tools, items, and whatnot, we got Dowsing Machine as the aspect of choice. Pretty handy just to get stuff back into our hand. We got the Evil Soda. One of these works very well if we can get the Spirit Link onto Gardevoir EX, and then we can just Evil Soda onto Mega Gardevoir. But of course, it works for Aromatisse as well, which is really nice. Now we have 2 max potions. Probably could run more, but we're gonna run 2 because either way, both Mewtwo is a pretty. It's only 170 for an EX. Really good EXs are 180, right? So in terms of HP, and also for Megas in terms of HP, they're usually 220 and above, but 210 is a little bit on the low side. I think there's Mega Manectric EXs that's also 210, but. Anyways, we got Professor's Letter, 1 of these. We got Star on the Megaphone. We got to play at least 1 of these because of the Fairy Transfer. So we're going to be running 2 Fairy Transfer. Definitely we need the ability to get it working. So only 1 switch since we got Fairy Garden. But we got to play at least 1 because it really helps out with scenarios where you're paralyzed or something like that. And you just got to switch out. So 3 Ultra Balls just to get the Pokemon out. We got 2 Via Seekers, and that rounds out our items. As for supporters, we got 1 Colress, 2 Lysanders, 1 Lysander's trump card because there's really no good way to get energy back, right? If we start losing energy, we could play Superior Energy Retrieval, or we can play, Energy Retrieval. There's no such thing as Super Rod anymore, so Lysander's trump card works pretty well because it can go back into the deck, and then Xerneas can actually bring them out, and Energy Accelerate a little bit better that way. We got 3 Ns, 1 Pokemon Fan Club, just to get the Pokemon out, and then Professor Birch's Observation is kind of substituting for that last N. Kind of enjoy having a full. I do like having a full set of N, all 4 Ns, but having a Professor Birch's Observation substituting for that last N is pretty good. We got 4 Junipers. Rounding out that is going to be Teammates. You never know when you get something knocked out, and then you just play Teammates and draw, 2 cards, whatever 2 cards you want. It could be pretty useful. 4 Fairy Gardens. We just gotta have this. The Stadium War is pretty important, unless we see a Ninetales and then locks us up. So we got a the Gardevoir Spirit Link. Already mentioned that before. We got 2 of these. And then 13, a little bit on the heavy side. I could probably go with 12, perhaps, maybe even an 11, but 13 is a nice number, I think, because it's an unlucky number. So, anyways, happy Valentine's to you guys today. There you guys go, a fairy deck for Valentine's. Let's go ahead and see this deck in action on Pokemon TCG Online. Alright, looks like we're playing against Terhalta. And I hope we get to go first. No, we don't! Oh, that is a bummer. It's very dangerous to go second nowadays, right? It used to be not as bad, but if you start off with an EX and you're going second, you have no defenses against Headringers whatsoever. and that's always a bummer because you just get headrung right in the first turn, and there you go. So we're playing against a Donphan kind of deck. We got a Meditite here. We got a Sharon going out there. We got the Timber. Oh, Paul Bunyan. Timber. Anyways, we can start off with a Pokemon Fan Club. But it's a bummer we didn't start off with the Xerneas. So, see, in this scenario, I kind of wish we had a switch, right? So that way we don't have to play the energy here and draw into a Fairy Garden and then retreat. But we'll see what we can do. So we get the Ultra Ball. It's always good stuff there. We're going to go ahead. Let's get the Xerneas, and let's get the Gardevoir out here. I think that's pretty good. Could probably use another Spritzee. That's actually a better idea because the one that's in the active spot most likely will get knocked out. So we're going to go with this. We don't exactly have a Spirit Link anyways, so it doesn't matter if we get the Gardevoir out. Alright, here we go. We're going to go for the energy drops. At least get one of these into play. I mean, we can try to preserve the Spritzee. I think we can go for that. But, you know, either way, we need to pay a retreat cost to retreat anyways. So we're just going to play it onto the Xerneas. In case something happens and this one gets knocked out, then it gets knocked out. Otherwise, we'll play the energy next turn and make the retreat cost. And then we can use the Ultra Ball and get something later. So we'll always get the Aromatisse as well. So a part of me thinks, you know, we play a little conservatively by getting a Spritzee. Probably could have gone with the Gardevoir, knowing that we can pretty much retreat in the next turn. But we play more conservative in the sense that, you know, you never know what can happen, right? This can evolve, and then he gets a switch, and then he knocks out my Spritzee. So if we'd have played, if we could have retreated it into the Xerneas, and the Xerneas would have taken the hit for us, which is okay. But kind of want to preserve the Xerneas to get at least a couple turns in to Geomancy a bunch of times, right? But right now we might need to. Oh, good! My opponent passes the turn. We get the Spirit Link, and oh man, so we're gonna have to play the Startling Megaphone, and probably have to play. I actually kind of want to keep the Max Potion. There's really no need to keep the Lysander here. Maybe just to buy a turn. But yeah, so we'll go with this. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna play the Gardevoir here. We're not in too big of a hurry to really evolve into our Aromatisse right now. So we're just going to go ahead, we'll retreat, and kind of start Geomancy and Energy Accelerating. And the next turn we'll get to Mega Evolve, which is pretty good. But we have to draw into the stadium anyways, so we can get the free retreat. So in the next couple turns, I'll probably turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, probably just keep Geomancy and grab more energies into play. We see a DCE drop onto the Phanpy. We have yet to see my opponent evolve any of his basics over here, so otherwise this turn could be the turn, but we don't, and it passes the turn. We even get the Fairy Garden. I'm going to hang on to that to when I actually need to evolve. So here we go. I probably should have played the energy onto the Spritzee, the other Spritzee without the energy. That way we can spread the energy a little bit. My opponent says my hand is so lame, and I apologize for the slow start from my opponent. My opponent does have quite a lot of cards. And my opponent says, "Can you play N, please?" And you know what? I would if I could. Yeah. I would if I could. Yeah, so I don't have an N. I can't play it. My opponent was able to get 2 Sharons off, getting 6 cards over, those 2 turns. And we do see a Landorus EX. Oh boy, we don't exactly have, anything to protect the bench. No Mr. Mime, no Stadium. I forgot what it's called, but either way, we're gonna have to just keep getting this Gardevoir EX powered up. Probably can just start swinging away. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 5 energies. We're already hitting for 150. So if we just get a couple more out into play, we can actually knock out the Landorus and kind of go our merry way. Now I kind of regret getting rid of the Startling Megaphone and the Lysander because this rock card can be pretty annoying. We should have at least one more Startling Megaphone in the deck. Boy, my opponent's Timber here is just. Oh, he's got the Float Stone, so we should see Landorus EX come out to play. Never mind, we can actually see a Barrage getting hit 2 Yoga Kicks in a row. That is a bit of a shame. In the next turn, we can actually get hit for a Yoga Kick again. But you know what, we're just gonna play it safe. We're just go with the Geomancy, play it slow. We'll probably knock this thing out. At some point, we need to draw into the Aromatisse. We got 2 Max Potions. Now I really regret getting rid of the Lysander and the Startling Megaphone. Kind of wish we had those in play. But, we do have, via Seeker, we do have at least one more Startling Megaphone. And we have at least one more Lysander in the deck. So multiple choices here. We see the DCE drop onto onto the Landorus. If we can top deck into, draw into a Fairy Energy, that would be pretty good. But you know what? I'm actually going to just max potion this off. We'll play the Fairy Garden, and then I'll play the N. There we go. We get this here. And we even get the Styling Megaphone, so we can get rid of that. We also drew into our Lysander, so that's always really good. Let's go ahead. We'll just do the Geomancy, and at some point, we absolutely need to... oh boy, we are down to 1 energy. Right now, we could just get 1-hit knockout. So I'm just going to go ahead and probably Lysander out the Landorus, knock it out in 1 hit, and maybe even knock out this guy. So the Landorus, oh boy, can actually do a Land's Judgment here. So we get hit twice, that's no problem. Alright, let's just go ahead. We'll retreat to here. My Gardevoir already is powered up. And there we go. Bam, hitting for 270 damage. That is pretty sick. And there we go. My opponent concedes the match. Oh boy, we gotta play another one. This Mega Gardevoir deck is pretty slow to set up, but it packs a punch when it gets going. So let's go ahead and play another match here. Alright, looks like we're going against Nabo, I don't know, something secret rare at the end. Nabukudo no... I apologize if I just butchered your name. People butcher my name too, a blue golf ball. That's pretty hard to get it wrong. I mean, that's very easy to get it wrong. I'm just kidding. Alright, anyways, so my opponent here has the opportunity to choose heads or tails. We see a Team Magma sleeve there, and oh man, we still don't get to go first. Oh man, back-to-back games, not going first. That's no good. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait and see if my opponent does choose to go first. He won the coin flip, he won the coin toss, and he gets the choice, the power to choose to go first or second. This will change history, folks. This will echo into eternity, and he goes first. And there we go. We see, and I would assume this is going to be a Donphan deck, and we do see Donphan. Oh no, not the Donphan. All right, so we start off with the Gardevoir EX. Not exactly what I want to start off with. We do get to mulligan a bunch of times, and we even get a Spritzee onto the bench. So my opponent can definitely end us. I don't mind that at all if we get end. I'm going to actually end up Junipering if he doesn't end us. And boy, we are going to Juniper away some good cards. That's okay. I mean, you know, it's just 1 energy. Yeah, it is a Professor's Letter, and yeah, it is one of our Lysanders and one of our max potions, but we got 1 more Lysander, 1 more max potion, and you know, we got plenty of energy in the deck. At least we can play 1 for now. We're going to be losing 1 at least, and then we're just Juniper our hand. I really want to get the Xerneas out. That would be really good. If we can get the Xerneas, we can potentially retreat in the next turn if we can get if we also get the Fairy Garden, and then just kind of keep going for the Geomancy over and over again. But the Lysander is pretty important in this game, right? With Donphan always hitting running. The Lysander, very crucial. My opponent right here passes the turn, not being able to do anything. And no, are you kidding me? Oh boy. Yeah, we're just gonna do it. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Yep, there's really nothing good there. We really couldn't do anything, and we will just start the megaphone this away. And then we shall just attack, hit for 20, and heal for nothing. So in the next turn we can Mega Evolve, but what I'm actually going to do is probably just go for a Dowsing Machine, and I'll probably just get another Juniper out and discard this Mega Gardevoir. Don't really want to lose a turn, but really don't have a choice there. We can always get a Via Seeker and Lysander Strum card our stuff back into our deck. So, and then we don't know for sure if we have 1 more Mega Gardevoir in our deck. The other one could be prized, but I'm going to take my chances. Plus, I'm going to, probably take my chances that I at least have at least 1 Via Seeker in my deck, right? Here we go. We're going to see an N. All right, that works too. We do get the Xerneas here, and we also get the switch. So right now, our Gardevoir is going to get hit for 60. That's not too bad. We get the switch. We also get the Evil Soda. We're going to evolve the Aromatisse here. Probably a little bit more crucial than the Gardevoir. We do get the Spirit Link. We can play that there too, and we can play this. Let's go for the switch, I think. Otherwise, we can do Dowsing Machine. My opponent only has 5 cards. I kind of don't want to give my opponent more cards. So right now, we have a dilemma. Do we play Thousand Machine for the Juniper, or do we play N? Right now, my opponent doesn't have anything. He doesn't have any Robo Substitute, nothing. So I'm actually going to go and play for the Juniper, and that way we can just get a fresh hand, and we can actually Mega Evolve right now. Yeah, which is a bummer. I really wish we can draw into, you know, we could have drawn into the stadium, but you know, that's okay. Let's just go ahead. We'll just Life Leap, heal 20. That is a little devastating. But my opponent didn't have anything, and you know, unless we don't see anything here, oh boy, we're gonna see a wreck. Oh, that's pretty bad. That's no good either. But my opponent doesn't have anything, so you know, I'll take my chances. We see an N, and both my max potions are in the discard pile. No way to get that unless we do a Lysander's trump card. Oh, we even see a silly little Robo Substitute. Here we go. We get another Xerneas into play. Let's go ahead. We can play that there. And yeah, let's see. We got 3 of these. 30 times 3 is only 90. It would knock him out. But all right, so let's go for, you know, this is actually a good opportunity here to do the Lysander's trump card. I'm gonna go with that. And all right, so right now we should be able to knock him out. 30 times 3, that's 90 damage, and we'll go with that. So we'll go with the Brilliant Arrow, hitting for 90, knocking out the Donphan. My opponent, all he has is a Robo Substitute. We're gonna have to wait and see if he can get something else on the bench. If not, we'll just win the game with another Brilliant Arrow for 90. So we got rid of the Donphan, also the DCE and the Strong Energy, so that's going to be in the discard pile. And good thing we already played a Lysander's trump card, getting our Junipers back, getting our max potions back. Very handy stuff there. We do have the Professor Birch's Observation that we can play in the next turn, allowing us to draw into at least 4 cards. We see the Juniper. My opponent right now, I think, has lost the game, not being able to get anything else onto the bench, unless we're very merciful and we decide to pass the turn. But that's not going to happen, and my opponent concedes, and I think this Mega Gardevoir deck needs to play again. We need to play another match. Sometimes, you know, I'm pretty nice to you guys, and I play 3 matches in a video, so we're going to do that today. So let's see Mega Gardevoir EX in action. Okay, looks like we're going against Crolin15. Once again, a happy Valentine's Day today with a Mega Gardevoir deck, hitting for that Brilliant Arrow, the Cupid Arrow. And yes, we can actually go first. Oh boy. And we even start with the Xerneas, but we don't really keep, oh darn, we don't start with any basics. So, well, this is a bit of a bummer here. We are going to go with, sure, we'll go with this. Yeah, we can't really do anything else. We're going to actually get rid of our Thousand Machine. But you know what? Since we can't attack first anyways, I'm actually just going to end the turn and go from there. Because otherwise, I would have played a Juniper if we could have Geomancy in the first turn. But since we can't, I'm actually just going to pass the turn. Maybe we'll draw into something else. And maybe we can even save the star on the Megaphone, right? So, there we go. We didn't see nothing. Well, at least we can get 1 energy drop into play. So we're going to do that, get another energy drop into play, and then we're going to Juniper our hand away. Get this out here. We do have the max potion. Don't really need that, but we can attack for Geomancy, putting more energy onto our bench Pokemon. So that was probably the right play. Just kind of waiting. You know, we did discard another Juniper, which is a bummer, but that's all right. We got an N in our hand, which we can use. If we can draw into a Spirit Link, we can definitely play that and evolve. It was good that we can, you know, we didn't play Juniper right away in that first turn because, hey, you never know, right? You never know when my opponent drops a bunch of Pokemon and then a Muscle Band or something like that. We could have using the Start on the Megaphone just to get rid of it and then not discard it for no reason. But doesn't matter. My opponent didn't play any of those, and then we ended up discarding it. Anyways, all right, so here we go. We see a Scyther and a Dialga EX at the bench. The Bronzor here is definitely in danger, I'd say. If only I could have gotten a Romantis in the last turn, or a Spritzee, then that way we could have gotten something going for us. Right now we have the N available to us. My opponent has 6 cards in hand, yeah, I think we can definitely evolve, but I don't want to lose a turn here. I'm gonna opt to N. I think that's a pretty good choice. My opponent has 6 cards anyways, so it's not like he has 4 and I am giving him 2 extra. So we'll go with that. We do get the Spritzies out here. We also get another Gardevoir, but one of our Aromatisse is already in the discard pile, so it's a bit of a shame. Let's go with this here, and we even get a VS Seeker, but we have the Professor Birch's observation. We might just play that. Here we go. We'll just do the Geomancy. Definitely pretty scary right now with being Metal Weak. The Dialga here can definitely get a DCE dropped onto him, and then he can just retreat, and we would lose 2 energies right here. And that would be pretty devastating. And we don't exactly have, you know, the Aromatisse out to really do anything. So here we go. We see a Bronzor. We're going to have to wait and see if we can, my opponent can get some energy in the discard pile. Otherwise, we see the Steel energy drop. And we do have the Mewtwo here, but Mewtwo's not really good in this matchup with the Metal type being Psychic resistant. So I'm actually going to opt to just play the Juniper and guarantee 7 cards and also discard the Mewtwo that we don't need. So that really helps us out. Let's go ahead. We'll play this here. We do have the Spirit Link, so that's always good. And we will discard one of our Fairy Gardens just to get the Brilliant Arrow going. We are Metal Weak, so that's pretty bad, but you know what? We're just gonna go for it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. We got 5 energy in play. Yeah, I kind of want. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna. We will Fairy Transfer 1 more energy onto the one on the bench, and then we're just gonna Geomancy. All right, so that's gonna be our plan. We're just gonna Geomancy, get some more energy into play. So we got 2 left. Potentially we can draw into those. What I want to do is Lysander out the Dialga, knowing that the Dialga is getting pumped up right now. I'm definitely nervous about the Dialga. We have to wait and see who Lysanders out who first. All right. So you can see here, I've actually opted to put more energy on the Gardevoir on the bench instead of the Mega Gardevoir over here, knowing that if he targets this Mega Gardevoir, this one only has 2 energy, while this one has 3, and then we can actually kind of shoot. And it's a little bit of a long shot, but if we can get another Spirit Link and then evolve again, this one will be ready to go. So here we go. What we're going to see here is probably a pretty devastating Full Metal Impact. And no, we don't see the Lysander. We see a Tierno. If we see a well, okay, good thing we didn't actually see the what do you call it, the the Pokemon catcher. So all right, we should be able to knock it out. We got 3 here, 3 here. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there we go. Brilliant Arrow hitting for 290 damage. My opponent is without any energy really in play. We could actually see a Slashing Slight, but it wouldn't be able to knock us out. He would be able to hit us for 200, unless we see a Muscle Band that would knock out our Gardevoir EX. So, but no, he opts to play the Skizzer anyways without charging him up from the bench. Probably a wiser decision would have been to promote the Bronzor with the retreat for the 1 retreat cost. That way he could have done the Metal Links onto it, and then he could have hit for 200 damage. But he didn't play it that way. Instead, we see a Silent for more energy. He already played the DCE here. We do get hit for 80, which is pretty much a pretty big bummer. But we can actually play an N. My opponent's got 7 cards. I'll play that. We get a VS Seeker that we can probably use, but so right now I think we kind of just got to knock this guy out. Hopefully we can draw into another Mega Gardevoir. That would be pretty handy. We can always VS Seeker for the Colress. No, never mind. We can VS Seeker for the Juniper. That's always an option too. All right, so we just go ahead for the Brilliant Arrow. Never mind. I'm an EX. I couldn't attack. I totally forgot about the Steel Slash for, you know, preventing anything from EX Pokemon. So we could have brought the Xerneas out there. The Xerneas wouldn't have been able to knock it out because we don't have any Muscle Bands anyways. And no, now we will get knocked out with a Slashing Slash. Oh boy. All right, so what can we do here? I totally botched that turn up. Did not work out. That did not work out at all. But we're going to have to wait and see what we can do. I'll definitely play the Fairy Garden and kind of go on from there. We will lose 3 energy. So that was my mistake. I made a very fatal flaw there. Totally forgetting that there's the Steel Slash that prevents us getting hit. Completely forgot about that. We see an Aggron EX hit the field, so that was my mistake. Oh boy, I will regret that. But never mind, we only see this, so you know what? We will just Fairy Transfer this off. That works out very well for us, and we can actually preserve our Mega Gardevoir. So that works out for me. I don't mind that at all. Alright, so what we're going to do is just going to go with that. We're going to play the Fairy Garden. And, alright, so let's see. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from Pokemon EX. So that means it's just on Skizzers. That means we can still bring out the Mega Aggron and knock it out. So we're going to go with that and go with the Brilliant Arrow, knocking out the Mega Aggron. Oh, 300. Oh, man, that is brutal. Alright, so if our Mega Gardevoir gets knocked out, we can actually use Teammates and just kind of snatch the other Mega Gardevoir and maybe just even Lysander in the next turn. So we have to wait and see. We need my opponent to play one more EX. That'll be pretty cool. If he can do that, that would be great for us. But we have a VS Seeker anyway, which we can just VS Seeker out the Bronzongs and stuff like that. But no, we get the stadium counter. 1, 2, 3. 3 of our stadiums are already in the discard. So that's a big bummer there. But hey, you know what? We can just Fairy Transfer again anyway. So let's just go ahead. We'll just Fairy Transfer. I'm just going to Lysander out. And alright, so let's just go with this. We'll just play that there. We'll go for the Lysander. I'm actually going to get probably this Bronzong here with the energy. Alright, then we're just going to go ahead, put this back here. At some point, we're going to have to attack with Xerneas. But, you know, with this Brilliant Arrow for now, hopefully we draw into an Ultra Ball. That is sweet. Good stuff there. So, if my opponent finally decides to do a Slashing Strike, which wouldn't knock me out, he would have to still need a Muscle Band. We haven't seen a Muscle Band yet, but he can also hit us with an Iron Breaker, causing us not to be able to attack. But I can just retreat into the Xerneas and just hit for 100. Kind of want to tempt my opponent to knock out this Xerneas. That way we can play the Teammates. But we have already used both VS Seekers. We should still have one. No, darn it. Darn. Both Lysanders are here. We do have a Lysander's trump card that we can use. And bring all our resources back into our deck. Now, that would also bring all my opponent's resources back in this deck, but I'll gladly accept bringing the Dialga and stuff like that too. So my opponent right now has, and he concedes! Oh boy, Mega Gardevoir showing the Metal deck what's up. And, alright, I've already played 3 matches for you guys. That'll be it for today. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Brilliant Arrow deck from Mega Gardevoir. Hope you guys have a good day. I'll have some more Pokemon TCG online videos very soon. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do. Give this video a thumbs up. You guys take care. Goodbye.